Come on! Unity is a web series filmed and edited by Emily Jansen as she lives in her vehicle, traveling the United States and documenting the many other types of alternative living, exposing audiences to the growing change in perspective and lifestyle for a common unity.
The first time I ever lived in a vehicle, I got handed down an Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme and drove a full lap around the country. I think it set off kind of like a chain reaction. I found a van for $200, which was a different van than this. And I bought a hatchback out here, a Subaru, and I lived in that and made it back to Vermont again. And then my friend handed me down this van, cut the whole inside out and made it into like a livable space. And I kind of don't feel comfortable anywhere else, really, to be totally honest.
I've always loved traveling. It was always fun just kind of seeing that I could fit my whole life into like this small little thing, and all the things that I didn't need I could leave behind. It was a really freeing feeling. And last summer I was living with some friends off the grid in Vermont, and I met John, and he was like, hey, I'm gonna drive across the country in my van. You wanna join me? I was like, hell yeah, I wanna join you. So that's kind of where my van life started, but been putting things into backpacks and going for a long time.
You can't ferment a bunch of kimchi. You can't make a bunch of bone broth.
Blueberry smoothies, which are my
And
favorite.
yeah, you can't have we don't have a freezer, you know, like maybe there's probably a way I could probably figure it out, but like it doesn't really fit into the lifestyle. It can be disappointing for those creature comforts.
When you said con, the first thing that came to mind was the car breaking down. But even that, like, we got stuck in Moab for 3 days last year because our transmission blew. And it was, besides the fact that you had to spend a lot of money on fixing it, we got to go to a bunch of national parks and, like, meet cool people and eat good food and see some cool music. And it was kind of a blessing. So
Yeah. I mean, knowing this van so well, like, it has sort of a personality, and I feel like it does things on purpose. It has like problems at all too convenient of times, you know. I don't know, I guess I keep denying cons. That's all I'm doing. Because every time a con comes up, I'm like, no, but it's good too.
it is, though.
It is good. The bad things are like the best things about it.
Yeah.
It's like, you either gotta like put up and do something about it yourself, or figure out how to get somebody else to fix it and what you're gonna do while you're there, you know. Like, what was the saying on the fridge at that place in Oakland?
Use it up, wear it out, make do or do
make
without.
do without.
That's old Vermont saying, actually.
How does it go again?
Use it up, wear it out, make do or do without. I'm going to totally butcher this quote, but I think Mark Twain said, traveling destroys ignorance, or something to that extent. And
Yeah.
I think that's so true. You know, just like being able to humbly take things from people when you need it. And I think we're losing that because in a consumer culture, you can just like buy and sell and barter your way through life. And when you stop to think about who you really are, you're kind of at a loss. And I think that also just living this sort of lifestyle, whether it be in a tiny house or a van or off the grid or communally or in a big house with a bunch of people sharing, you realize what you need and what you don't need.
I would say that it's super beneficial to know what little is necessary to survive and everything, and then and to like try and push away excess.
I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like we're both just trying to figure it out, you know, and this is like one way of doing it, but not getting into the loop of like living a life that's just going to give you money in the end, and you think that that's going to bring you happiness. You know, I've definitely gotten caught up in that. So that would be my advice, although I'm certainly no expert on life. I'm trying to figure it out too.